Today, I'm discussing IGN's new greatest games of all time list. You know, many companies over the years and people have come up with, you know, their favorite games. There's always disclaimers with these. Everybody's going to have opinions, you know, and I wanted to share mine and wanted to offer this as a discussion. And you can definitely give your opinions in the comments below. Please be respectful. And so they did a disclaimer this year, and you know, every greatest game list of all time is never going to be perfect. There's always going to be bias. There's always going to be people that want this or that. And this definitely has some controversial picks. And you know, there's some picks I agree with. There's picks that I don't. And I'm going to give you my thoughts. And I'm going to go over the list. The list will be linked below as well, where you can take a look at it. I'm going to show it per 10 games on the screen as well. IGN released this, a disclaimer, and you know, they said while past versions of the list have put a big emphasis on the game's impact and influence, we've essentially taken that out of the equation. When you see the list, I don't know if they completely did that. Many games that left a mark and inspired future developers may not stand the test of time and be all that fun to play right now. So these are just the games that current staff play or think that they're the best of all time. And so we're going to go ahead and move forward into the list. And starting off, as you can see here, okay, so I'm looking at this Borderlands 2, you know, Final Fantasy VII. That's pretty low. I think that on many top 100 lists, I would say that's pretty low for Final Fantasy VII. Looking at your Burnout 3 Takedown, that's an awesome game. League of Legends, okay. Mega Man 3, that's an interesting pick for a Mega Man for a Mega Man game, but okay. Animal Crossing New Horizons definitely needs to be on the list. So moving forward with the list, and as you can see here, okay, SimCity 2000 Inside, okay. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, all right. Monster Hunter World, a great game of the series. System Shock 2, nice to see that there. Mortal Kombat 11, okay, newest Mortal Kombat game, all right. And Persona 5 Royale, all right. Dark Souls, Fortnite, okay. Fable 2, Goldeneye 007, okay, it's nice to see that. You know, I know there's a lot of fans of that. Console shooter, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Spelunky 2, Return of the Obra Dinn, okay. Got some indie games on this list. Looks like, and so Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and Donkey Kong, okay. Going down on the list, okay, you got The Sims 3, Splinter Cell Chaos Theory, Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island, okay. Classic, Silent Hill 2, Grand Theft Auto, San Andreas, Control, that's an interesting pick. And you know, you got Rise of the Tomb Raider, very popular, and Batman Arkham City. Next up, you have Overwatch, okay. Apex Legends 2, Hollow Knight, definitely. Ms. Pac-Man, nice to see a classic on there. Counter-Strike and Left 4 Dead 2. So Earthbound, Diablo 2, StarCraft, World of Warcraft, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, Fallout New Vegas, Final Fantasy VI, Pokemon Yellow. You know, when I think of like Pokemon games, I'm not the biggest Pokemon fan, but that's an interesting pick. All right, Metroid Prime and Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. Definitely needs to be on the list. Those are some solid picks. I don't know about Pokemon Yellow. We'll go on. Resident Evil 4, Shadow of the Colossus, Metal Gear Solid. I'm not going to read them all. Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, Minecraft, Halo, Half-Life, Doom. You know, this list is pretty good. This is the part of the list where it's like, okay, most people can at least agree that these are solid picks. All these here are pretty good. All right, here we go. Undertale, Bloodborne, Bioshock, The Last of Us, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, Halo 2. Halo 2 above Halo 1. Okay, I guess when you consider the multiplayer aspect, but you know, definitely that first Halo is just amazing. Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Hades, wow, Hades at 13. Okay. Grand Theft Auto 5 and Super Mario 3. So next, we're going to get to the top 10. The top 10 for IGN. Disco Elysium. Okay. Half-Life 2, Red Dead Redemption 2, Super Mario 64, Mass Effect 2, Super Metroid, The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, Portal 2, Super Mario World, and The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. All right, I kind of went through the list. There's some problems with this list. I'm sure everybody's going to have their opinions. All right, here's some things that I noticed about the list. Where's Stardew Valley? I think that Stardew Valley, for me personally, I would have put that on my top 100. I definitely think that it needs to be represented here. Just some observations. Hades is really good, but does it belong at number 13? I am wary of new games being released that are solid. They win awards. I think a game kind of needs to prove itself at least 5 years before it goes on any greatest game list of all time. I know they didn't do that here, but for me, that way, if a game is truly great, it's going to be remembered 5 years after released and still played. I don't think Apex Legends needs to be on the list. I definitely wouldn't put it in the top 100. I thought that was kind of an odd choice. Disco Elysium at number 10. I don't know about that at all. Mortal Kombat 11 to represent Mortal Kombat series. Okay, I mean, it's the newest. It's the flashiest. Is it the best? Maybe not. I haven't played it a ton, but that definitely, whenever you release the newest game on a series, I don't know. I don't know about that pick. There's no The Binding of Isaac. Okay, I know that is a huge game. I know there's some other indie choices that they put on this list. I definitely would put that on there. Slay the Spire. There's no representation of Ninja Gaiden anywhere. That is a very popular series. And speaking of popular, no Yakuza games. That's another series I think that should be represented for sure. What about Faster Than Light? Another game that, I know my good buddy, he loves playing that game. Plays it all the time. What about Worms? Worms, come on now. Worms, the ultimate party game. What about Super Meat Boy or Castle Crashers? That, those games are definitely representing, I think, current modern gaming grades. What about, going back to Pokemon Yellow, I would say I would rather have chosen like Pokemon Heart Gold or Soul Silver or Gold and Silver as a better representation for Pokemon. Yes, I think Pokemon needs to be on this list. I just don't know about Pokemon Yellow. Definitely Sega is being underrepresented. No Sonic? This list needs more Sega. I think Sega has made some classics. What are your favorite Sega games that need to be on here? For me, I definitely would have picked something like Streets of Rage 2, for Brawler. No Dragon Age Origins. I know there's some fans of that. The odd pick as well on this list, Control's on this list. I don't know if I'd put that in the top 100. Many people online were commenting about Outer Wilds or Myst not being represented, and I agree. I think that one of those games needs to be on this list, and for sure. No Team Fortress 2 either. And, I'm going to talk about a couple PC classics. You're going to have your favorites. No Deus Ex, Age of Empires 2, Planescape Torment, or Baldur's Gate 2. I mean, those are iconic games that people are gonna love and still play today. And so some of those games need to be on a top 100 list. I know that all can't fit, but when you look at current gaming or looking at top 100, those definitely need to be considered. No Morrowind or Oblivion. I know that there's going to be some people that would definitely consider those on the list. Another observation, there was only about 5 games from the 80s. And I know that, as time goes on, people are going to grow up with different games. But I found that was a small representation of a wonderful era that provided us with some classic games that still stand the test of time. 23 games were from the 90s approximately. And speaking of the 90s, where's the TIE Fighter and X-Wing series? For me, on my top 100, TIE Fighter is definitely on there. Fighting, Neo Geo games, classic shooters, or even more modern shooters like Ikaruga. Those games need to be more represented. Those have a huge following, and some people are definitely gonna say, hey, this game needs to be on there. What is your favorite classic shooter that should have been on this list? You know, I've only seen Street Fighter 2, you know, that's underrepresenting fighting. You know, we all have bias, and so, you know, I definitely have mine. And those are just some observations that I noticed on this list. What did you notice? What did you like? What did you dislike? Definitely in the comments below. And let's just be respectful to other people and their opinions. And we can have a fun debate about this IGN list of top 100. There's no way everyone's going to have to agree on this. But I thought it'd be fun to talk about. And there's so many games, wonderful games being released every year. And this is a fun discussion to have. And I want you to have this discussion in the comments. So thank you so much for coming to my channel. If you like what you see, consider hitting that like and subscribe button and clicking the bell as I'm uploading videos every week. You folks are wonderful and beautiful. Let's keep it positive. This is the Immortal John Hancock, and you have a good day.